Okay, so we are going. All right, so I'm going to pretend that you guys are all people at a show, and we all introduced ourselves, which is what you should always do at the beginning of the show. Does anybody have any suggestions on how you can talk about products when you introduce people at the beginning of the show?
Have them say their favorite.
Absolutely, because that will help. That will help sell products that you don't even talk about. I often have shows and there's products I don't even talk about. A bunch of people in a row will buy them. They talk to each other. And I don't care if they talk to each other.
But you do if we do.
I do. So you better not. Okay, so welcome everybody. I am here tonight to introduce you, and sorry if you have to look at my back, Bunny, but
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. I'll try to turn around every once in a while. I want to introduce you to a power tool for the kitchen, and a power tool for the kitchen is something that helps you get a meal on the table quickly and easily. How many of you, and I've been doing this at a show, does anyone here have the Instant Pot? Anybody? A lot of times there's somebody that does. Well, this is the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker, and it is a pressure cooker. And is there anyone here that's a little afraid of pressure cookers?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because you all have seen the pictures where they're up, you know, embedded in the ceiling or whatever.
Or you've experienced it.
Yeah. Have you?
No, but I have used the old school kind before,
Okay.
and they work too.
So it's taken a number of years for Pampered Chef to develop a quick cooker, and the reason, and they've really put a lot of safety features into it. So understand, if you buy it from me as your consultant, then I will help you with whatever questions you have. And my team, I do mention you, the very first time we used it at a meeting, I deliberately didn't read the directions so I would mess up. And of course, they all mocked me, but it's okay, because if you're a person getting this out of the thing, people don't always read the directions. So I'm going to tell you a couple things about it. First of all, our quick cooker, many consultants call it R2D2 because it actually has a little sound that makes when it's locked. It's not plugged in now, but you'll hear it in a little while. We have a cover that locks on, so it cannot fly off when the quick cooker is under pressure. It has two handles on the sides, and so you can lift it that way. You don't lift it from the handle, so you don't even, you know, get to the problem where you might pull that off. In addition, yeah, I know.
No, I was curious about something else. When my sister was cooking with it, she kept touching it, and I'm like, quit doing that, please.
Yeah, she shouldn't do that.
You know, I'm like, why are you doing that? And she's
Yeah.
like, I'm trying to see if it's hot. And I'm like, well, it will get warm here, but you're turning the lid. Please stop doing that. You know?
Let me look at it real quick. Hold on.
Does the lid
Yeah,
get
no.
hot?
Take it out. Yeah, you can just, yeah, pick it out right on there. Okay.
So the lid doesn't get hot, right?
No, it gets warm,
Okay.
and the whole thing gets warm.
I didn't feel like this
Oh,
really
this
got
doesn't
warm.
get warm. This
But
does
this
on the
gets
side.
warm.
That gets
So, the really cool thing about this, and this is what I've been telling you, shows, I do not have a kitchen. I have not had a kitchen since August 15th. So this is the only way I've been getting meals. So I'm going to tell you about the parts. This is the cover, and this is what it looks like. Inside, when you buy this, you get a metal bowl and also a little stand, which you can use for some of the accessories that they sell, but you can also use it to steam eggs. So that all comes in, and this has many settings on it, and we're going to turn it on in a few minutes, and we're going to brown our vegetables for our soup, and then we're going to put everything in it. And this is the cool thing about the quick cooker. If you have chicken that's raw or chicken that's frozen and you put it in here to make a recipe, it doesn't matter. It takes the same amount of time whether it's frozen. What? Yeah.
Because what people don't realize, isn't it because it'll take longer to come to pressure, but it doesn't take longer to cook once it comes to pressure, and the timer is only after it comes to pressure. And that's one thing that those websites get kind of frustrating. I had to take a break from them because they keep saying the same thing. It's like, ah!
So it may take longer because it has to come to
Because
pressure.
it's taking longer to
the
come to
actual
pressure.
recipe. So it may take 5 minutes to come to pressure longer than it
Right.
if it was
Right.
Right.
And the more you have in here, the longer it takes to come to pressure. So that is actually part of the cooking time So when I'm doing this at a show, what I will do is I pick a recipe that doesn't have a long cooking time, and I pick a second recipe to do while this is cooking. So it could either be a dessert, or tonight we're gonna do the bread. So
You're gonna cook bread in the pressure cooker?
no, I'm gonna do. a
But some
second
people
recipe.
have on, I swear they said they did.
I
put
know,
it
I
in
did
there, and
too.
I'm like, I don't think so.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about this in a minute, but we're gonna get our ingredients ready for it. Tonight we're making quick cooker chicken tortilla soup. When you buy the quick cooker, you get a recipe book with it,
Which I
which
keep
has
misplacing.
amazing recipes. However, this recipe is new and it's on Pamper Chef's website, but it is not in his book.
Oh.
So that's maybe why you never have made it. But anyway, what we need for this recipe is we need onion, pepper, some oil, some garlic, and chicken, frozen corn. You have frozen corn, right?
Yep.
Okay. And black beans. So we're going to use a couple products tonight. And so pardon me, guys, if I sound like I'm doing a show. But anyway.
No, it's
All
good.
right.
It's good to sound like you're doing a show.
So I'm going to move over. Now you can actually see me. So we're going to start out with onion. And I always like to do a little knife safety. This is a Santoku knife. Our knives have a lifetime guarantee. So if
Does
you
Carla
buy,
know you're on too?
yeah, she knows. She can watch it later. Everyone knows it's. But anyway, so those of you that aren't on here yet, hi, all of you. You can watch this later. All our knives are forged steel. They are full tang, which means the steel goes all the way up the handle, and they will stay strong for the
I know
rest.
what a tang is because I watch Forged in Steel. It's like, oh, that's what a tang is.
Okay.
I love that.
Every one of our knives come with a cover. Even then, we have two kinds. We also have a color-coded knife. Now, there are two reasons why people cut themselves a lot with knives. One is if they're trying to cut something that's rolling around on their cutting board. So I always first cut whatever I'm going to cut in half so I have a flat side. And what we're going to use tonight to chop this is we're going to use our manual food processor. Many consultants call it Manuel, your personal sous chef. I do all the time, and people laugh. You gotta make people laugh at parties. Okay, so this is, if you think of any food processor you have, like an electric one, how many parts does it have? This has 3. The base, which has a silicone base, the blades, and a cover.
It won't move on you.
No, it doesn't move because it's moved. So what we're going to do is, like a regular pressure cooker, you do not load it up to the top with whatever you're going to chop. Because if you do, it's going to be very hard. You are the power. And and there's a little, I call it a hexagon. You put it right in the little hole, and you plump like this. So in a couple minutes, you have chopped up onion. Apparently the dog didn't like that.
No, Jan's bringing the bread.
Oh. So we are also going to, I'm going to give all of you guys a chance to do this. And what I'm going to say is when you are at a show, if you wait for people to come up to you, they're not going to. But if you take this and pass it around and tell them that they have to pump, and everybody take a couple pumps and then pass it around, everyone will have a chance to try it, and they'll find out it's not that hard. So
We do that at shows all the time.
Leslie?
No, it works really good. It works good.
Oh, John likes it.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, be down.
And onions aren't good for you, baby girl.
Big ones.
Onions are
You know what I do need? I need
I
got it. I thought it was out. Oh, here it is. I got it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because like the name.
You want them pulverized?
Right here.
Yeah, I want it pulverized.
Just using my left.
Now, what I usually tell people when they're using this is that it's almost easier to do it standing up. I mean, it really almost is.
We've done it at vendor shows and someone wants to see it. And now we have really olives, so we push the olives.
So let's see.
Good call, Daddy.
Okay, our like a try?
Well, we have a better.
Yeah, usually have green cheese and habanero. And olives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I will tell you is this also comes with a cover. So if you make salsa in here, and you can make salsa, and I always would start with onions and peppers first, add tomatoes last, and every other ingredient. You can put the cover on and store it in your refrigerator. A lot of people take this and take it camping in the summer. They take it with them, you know.
It isn't super tight though. You will smell the onion.
Yes. But you can just cover it up and we don't have to smell the onions right now. And you'll set the blades aside. All right. The second ingredient that we're going to put in here is a green pepper. And I always like to give a little tip about green peppers. How many of you have put green peppers in your refrigerator, like take out all the seeds and then they turn to mush in about a couple days? Okay. Well, if you did, a lot, of people do. The best
What do
way.
they do? They open them up and take the seeds
You
out?
take all the seeds.
And
If
then
you
put it in
actually,
the
okay, and look at how this is rolling around. I'm just gonna make a flat part. So if you actually if you're only gonna use part of it, just cut next to the stem, and it will actually, if you leave the seeds inside, it will last longer in your refrigerator. Ultimately, it will turn to mud, but just not right away. So today we're gonna just cut the top off. And we're going to use this little tool, the scoop loop, to just scrape out all the seeds. And if you're doing a lot of peppers and recipe, if you have the person come up and try it. All right, so the seeds are all gone. This also works great on pumpkins, a little late this year for that. It works on, you can take the seeds out of celery, zucchini. Anybody else have any ideas?
Celery.
Cucumber. Muskmelon, awesome. Yeah. Now, for you guys that are here, every time you do a recipe on the show, think of which tools you could use to show something. So we could use that chopper again and throw it in there and chop this, but I always try to use a different tool. My go-to one is the simple slicer. The recipe calls for the quick slice. Do you guys have any preference for which one you like?
Do that one, because I've never used.
I really like this for mushrooms.
I've never used it. I like it for strawberries too.
I really like it for mushrooms because it's the perfect
I
thickness.
will tell you, if you use either of these, people will buy it if you use it. So figure out, don't use the same thing.
Then I would use one that costs me.
Yeah.
Costs more.
There you go. So the quick slice, this is the quick slice, and this recipe that is on Paper Chef's website talks about this. This has blades that are they're very, very sharp, and they go on an angle, and then they just fit right in here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the pepper with them. So I'm actually just going to set the pepper on the pedestal. And you kind of line up these, and you just push down through it. And you have all this sliced pepper. You can also you can put a cucumber on here and make cucumber planks. You could do zucchini
Carrots on mine, so I have them.
Carrots?
Potatoes?
Yeah, you can do potatoes.
Well, it's a little
harder for
I tried it.
Maybe try to have a potato maybe. Mushrooms, strawberries.
But the mushrooms I usually do on the hard surface first and then
You
that.
can do eggs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
not.
but you have the egg thing. Right.
We have a lot.
Avocados is really good.
Oh, yes. And I tell people we have a lot of products that do the same thing. And as your consultant, I will help you decide which one's best for you. Because we have this, then we have the simple slicer, which would slice the cucumber or the pepper or whatever. In theory, yeah. Hey, I am never perfect as a pepper consultant. So the other thing I'm going to tell you is we're going to just chop this up. So at this point, I was at a show last Friday night, and everyone there said, why couldn't you just put the peppers on the other way? And just, so that's what I'm going to do. Just going to go like that, and then you get little chunks. So sometimes your people that are at your party have better ideas than you. I'm just saying. So anyway, tap through. And then the next thing that we're going to do, I'm just gonna slice the rest up. These are just in big hunks. So the base usually shouldn't be on here when you're doing this. So whatever. My guests do not laugh at me when I do these shows. You guys,
I was looking at you, I was looking at Jen nodding her words.
Don't be getting me in trouble now.
You do well on your own. Yeah, nobody's gonna get you in trouble.
there is always a jam at a party.
Probably not. Oh my God, one party I did, everybody's like, well, you could just do that with a spoon. You could just do that with that, and I'm like,
Then why are you
we're
here?
just part of it.
You can also, you can screw a screw in with a knife too, but it's not the proper
What's
tool.
easier?
Right.
Yeah, it's not easier. So I
That's
just,
actually a good
The
comeback.
one chick I was like,
I've used that. Yeah.
Are you somebody's friend or?
are you just one of my best friends for the show?
I know, but sometimes they will surprise you. and then
All
they
right,
end
so
up
I
being
am-
big
they order them
vendors,
up. The quick cooker is over here and I'm about to plug it in.
Well, they do it without
They do. So we call this R2D2 because when you put the cover on, it makes a cute little sound.
I don't call it RD.
We can't even
I call it a quick cooker.
It is a quick cooker. All right. So what we're going to do today, and I'm going to actually kind of turn this for the people that are, it's like a Star Wars thing. Okay. I'm hoping you can see that a little bit.
I've never watched.
Well, it's you, yeah.
All right. So you guys, okay. So we have the metal pan here, and what we're going to do is put in a tablespoon of oil. These are our adjustable measuring spoons. These are awesome. These are those. So we both of
I had
these.
to choose, and I didn't know. It's like,
Right. Well, they're both. I love
Doesn't
these.
matter. See?
Which one?
No, I love
no,
these.
I just wanted less space in my drawer.
But you know what, I got those, I got one of those little clips,
I feel like you're
so I hooked them together through the
Oh,
thing,
really?
you know,
Oh,
so you
what a
don't
good
lose,
idea.
no, on those, and then ones that click.
But it came with a clip, sort
No,
of.
it didn't.
But they don't stay together sometimes.
Yes, but I put a thing through the
Oh,
stem, so you
nice.
don't lose them, you know, like when you're,
Oh, okay.
when you're, it's on a ring, they're on a ring.
So you have your choice. You can use these that all fit together, or these. I like these because you only have two. This goes from a tablespoon down to a teaspoon. This one goes from a teaspoon to a teaspoon. I do. I don't want to. It's got a silicone head.
Maybe it's just the old version.
The old version. Okay, I just have to. It has a silicone.
Okay.
So the old version, they approved it. Pampered Chef approved. So I'm gonna put a tablespoon of
Yeah,
oil
I
in
don't
here.
think
I don't
think-
I don't think I've seen that.
It's the new version.
All right. All right. So what we're gonna do to start this out, I want to tell you guys a couple things about our quick cooker. When you have a little knob, and before you start it, you just have a blinking light. You're gonna turn the little button until you get to wherever you want to be on here, and we're gonna do sear, which is right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. First one. Nothing is gonna happen until you turn it on. So we're gonna turn it on.
There's something in there, this oil?
A tablespoon of oil, and on the recipe it says to heat the oil for 3 minutes. Then we're
Does
gonna
it tell
add
you
the
to put it on
onions
sear, or how do you know
on
to put it
sear.
on?
It's all-
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in the directions.
Sear.
It's
Yes.
above direct-
Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise known as recipe.
So what's your question, Jackie?
Has anybody like, so people use Instapot, they're gonna be like, well, how can I use these recipes?
You say, yeah.
They're gonna
try
have to adapt them to the
Actually, that's our
moment.
recipes say, put it on this. Like,
Right.
I've never even
I don't
heard of
know.
Instapot till this came
You
up.
know what? You can just say. I had a lady at a vendor event, her daughter came to my table and said, my mom is coming over here, she just bought a Instapot and she's really mad because now Pampered Chef has one. I'm like, oh.
We have
So many people that say that, oh, I just got it, it's lots of recipes. How's it different?
You gotta
need to
I'm
try
sure
to
you
be
just,
somewhat
you just
adapted.
try it out. Like, this is what I would
Oh,
do.
so that's
If I
a-
wanted to use recipes from that, other things.
They just don't make.
I would first make enough recipes out of our things so I got to know our cook.
Right.
And then I would say, okay, so I think that means I can do it on this. You just use the noggin a little bit, you know?
I do wanna say,
So you can kind of.
Me? No.
No, but what I'm saying is after
Usually
you've done
we'll
a
have
few of
recipes.
these,
Oh, feel for it.
before you get branch out into
Right.
other recipes.
absolutely.
That's supposed to be counting down for your.
Yes, so that's
Yes.
that's the next thing I wanted to tell you. What this does is it counts down. So right now, I turned it on at 20. When it gets to 17, that's when we're gonna add all the other ingredients. So, do you guys have a, like a spatula? Like I'm pretty sure you do. I didn't. Okay, and the other ingredient that we're gonna put in the beginning is going to be garlic. So how many of you have like garlic? Anybody?
How many of you like garlic?
Yeah, I always ask at shows.
We all like
So this is our garlic press, and we're gonna just, so basically, you can always get somebody to come up and do this.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so you know what? You're sitting right here. I'm gonna take my cutting mat. Thank you. And I'm gonna have you squeeze. We need everybody's gonna have you squeeze. Okay, you do not have to peel garlic.
Okay. Oh, your lid on?
No, you do not. And this little twist.
You have the lid on when you do that? Well, you're gonna eat
There might,
grease
I
all
think there
over.
was some water in it.
So the Pampered
I think
Chef
there was water in it.
peeler thing that I got, you don't need that anymore.
So I'll put the lid on for now. I mean, if you've ever done that,
Right, I use
Right.
that other thing. You know, I mean,
I'm beeping, does that mean 17 minutes?
No, it's just cutting down.
I know, but why is it 18 what?
Mm-hmm.
Counting down from 20 minutes?
Isn't that cool? Good question.
That's great.
All right,
And then
who
wait
else?
till-
has-
wait till you see how easy the thing comes out.
All right, so everybody, I want everybody to kind of keep it down because people listening at home are not gonna understand. Right, you don't ever have to touch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are you doing the right thing?
you are.
I just take this
Oh,
away.
I think it's doing that because I have it.
Beautiful.
That's why it's
what?
doing it. Okay,
I know.
so you can see it's almost down to 17.
Buddy's very ambitious.
Thank you for being patient. Another one. Who else would like to try? Anybody want to try the garlic press?
I'm making my own.
Okay. Okay.
She's new, let her keep doing everything.
Yeah, she's a newbie, just keep trying it. She's
I
a
know.
convince
Free
her.
garlic press, so you can just go ahead and do that.
Okay. What's this side for then? Oh, to clean up.
clean
Yes,
Yeah.
afterwards, okay. Okay, we're down to 17 on here, so I'm gonna start putting the other ingredients in. Jan, would you mind scraping this in?
I like this.
So that.
Hi, Bunny. Hi, Laura. Hi, Candace. No, but I know they're gonna watch it eventually, and I want them to know that they're being thought of. You really would have had
So,
fun if
okay,
you
guys,
had
keep
phone
the
out.
fried conversations down right
But I know, Bunny, you
Okay.
live far away.
We are going to put the green pepper and garlic that was pressed in here, and this is a great way to show these cutting mats. That's all you gotta do is dump it. Thank you.
This thing isn't Pampered Chef, is it?
It is, it's just, it's like a, it's like a
Million years
specialty
old.
thing. So, okay, all right. So, the garlic press is ergonomically designed and it's great. And if people use it, they're gonna buy it because they're gonna find out how fun it is to use.
Damn, this smells good.
All right, so what we're gonna do with this is now that it's cooking, it has to cook for 3 to 5 minutes. So we're gonna go from 16 down to either 13 or 11.
Okay,
So you guys can see it over here.
we have to watch this then, right?
No, you don't actually have to watch it. You would come back, it counts down for you. So you just have to remember, you have to be able
Well,
to,
that's what I mean. You can't just walk away and leave it.
not when you're doing this,
Yeah,
but
okay,
you
okay.
can when you're actually doing the thing.
All right, because we're doing the process to get it to steam. Sure. To get to that's what we're doing right now. Right.
And then at the end, it goes back up. So the next thing we're gonna use, is we are gonna use some canned well, I'm gonna turn this because you don't need to watch that. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna use is we're gonna use some canned black beans.
Oh my God, that's great.
And this is a can opener, and if you show this at parties and have someone do it, if you have this. Okay, so our can opener.
You get to try it.
You're allowed to get- you said you had a lot of stuff.
I do.
Okay.
Oh my daughter.
At the cutting mat.
So I always show everyone that when you turn this little knob goes towards this, which is a magnet. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little magnet. And this is a magnet, and I'm gonna say it 2 times, it does not cut. And I say this at shows, it does not cut. Because I've had people call me up in the house, it's not cutting, it doesn't. You put it on the side of your can, you tighten it, and then you turn it all the way around so you can either make it the same spot, or you feel a click. And I usually what I do after I tighten it is I lift it up so I know that it's tight, and then I turn it. Now, what I'm gonna do, who has ever used this besides you? Okay. You already did that tonight? Now, if you're paying attention,
Yeah,
you're gonna
Never mind.
try putting it on, and then I'll show you how to take it off. So tighten it up, and then,
Yep.
and then go all the way around.
Why can't everybody figure that out?
They
I don't
can't.
understand.
I don't know why.
Here we go. Okay, so my brother just got all of his stuff, you know?
All right.
And he used can opener. And I was at work, so he didn't call me. He called home for stuff. He was like, he used the can opener.
Well,
and
we
then
did.
he did
Okay.
that.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, so you're gonna turn it the opposite direction to release it. And then, this is the part that you really have to show people. This little button
Yeah,
here,
because most can openers.
you put the edge of I call it a little mouth, it looks like a little carrot mouth, you put it right on the edge of the can. Hold on to the can with the other hand, push down with your thumb. And then you just lift the cover up. And everyone does that, just your face that you just made is what like show.
There's no edge, there's no.
There's no rough edge, there's no dirt that falls into your food. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Easy Read measuring colander. These have to be rinsed and,
So she's gonna do it over the thing.
no one's gonna see it. Thank you, I am.
I thought she was about to.
Yeah.
You know, my life is
A little
bad,
frazzled
but
right
it's
now.
not that bad. At least not yet.
Never know, Carol.
All right. Now, the nice thing about the Easy Read measuring calendar is I always tell people the bottom part, you can put in a 6-ounce tuna can, turn it over, and bring it
Little
back.
bit.
So we have things that do more than that.
Oh, but it'll
I
be
also
fine.
need one can of
It'll be yummy.
diced fire roasted
We're at
tomatoes.
12 already, isn't that 4 minutes?
Yep, we're there.
And it's supposed to be 4?
Yeah, so would someone like to open this can of fire roasted tomatoes?
Renee? Sure.
I love it. All right, I'm going to. Okay.
In your way.
All right. So in this recipe, the next secret, we've sauteed our onions and you can't smell them, but they smell awesome. So now I'm going to turn this because I got to show people this. All right. So when you get to the stage, we're at 11, you want to hit cancel, which is right over here. Click a little X because we are no longer sauteing.
Did you see that, Renee?
So there's no number on there when you're not, but it's still hot.
That was the cancel.
That's the X. Okay. Next, we are going to put in 2 whole chicken breasts. And at my last show, my host left them frozen. So we are going to put these in. And if I was at a show, I would actually use the tongs.
But since we're not, why get them dirty with raw chicken when you don't have to?
Yeah, it's fine. You guys are all, it's fine.
Just dump them in.
So we're gonna put 2 whole chicken breasts in. And I probably wouldn't have them in a bag at a show. I mean, I'd bring
You
them.
would have them set out.
I'd have them out. Thank you. So
When you have all this.
Leslie, we just put 2 whole chicken breasts in there. We're going to add a bag of frozen corn. Okay. And I'm going to use our kitchen shears real quick to cut it open. these come apart. These are new. They're lifetime guaranteed.
And I can't wait till mine comes.
All right,
come in my
we have a
order.
cover, so you don't cut yourself on.
You paid big bucks for it?
Okay, we're now pouring in a whole bag of yellow corn or Indian kind of corn. Renee, would you like to put the black beans in?
It's super sweet corn.
Now, the one thing that I will tell you, because I've done this by accident, is you cannot cook in here without some kind of liquid. I did some chicken once without a liquid and it just didn't come out the same. You gotta have some kind.
You need at least a couple.
So our liquid is the tomatoes that are in the fire roasted tomatoes, which are in juice.
And that is liquid, yeah.
It is a liquid. It's enough. So could you stir that up? So the only other thing that we're going to put in there is we need salt. Do you guys have salt somewhere?
You want regular salt? You want the salt?
I can use the salt. Your salt grinder. Where is the seasoning?
Okay, so, well, the pan just kind of moves
Yeah,
around.
you
That's
just
all
kind
right?
of, that's okay.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add salt, and this is our salt grinder. So if you do it about 7 times, and you can tighten this or loosen it so it's finer or stronger, it'll be about a teaspoon of salt.
Mix it again?
No, you don't have to. And then the other thing I'm gonna add is 2 tablespoons of our Carnitas slow cooker seasoning, which is not spicy. Awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna just sprinkle it over the top of this. It's gonna be Carnitas, yeah, it is, okay. So if you're gonna do this recipe at a show, if you do not have the Carnitas seasoning, you could use taco seasoning.
Well, yeah, you can use whatever
You
smells
can,
good.
you know,
Okay.
just,
When
some
I did
people
my
don't like
ribs-
it to be hot though, so just make sure you talk with your host.
When I did my ribs, I didn't have the barbecue rub, whatever that it called
Sure.
for, but I had some chipotle, which I knew I wasn't gonna use anywhere else because I really don't like it.
No, your kids like spicy?
And I balanced it out with some other spices that she handed over to me that were getting old, so I just kind of mixed it together, used it. It's delicious. You like the smell of it? It's gonna taste good.
Okay, so this part is important if you've never used the quick cooker. We are now going to put the cover on, and oops, there's a little notch in the back, and it makes a sound. It is now locked. There's a couple things
long
when you
as you don't
start
turn
this that you need to know. First of all, if this little button at top is not flush, number one, there's a little steam mark on both of these. Number, they have to face the same way. But all you have to do is hit that, and it's all flush. Everything is ready to go. There's a little red button here that will come up when it's under pressure. So for this recipe, we do custom. So to do custom, you just turn this, or you just hit custom here. And the custom setting, you see that? It says 30. You hit time, and you can actually turn it down to 10. Oops, except I did it wrong. Oh, sorry. Time, and then you just do the little negative thing here. 10 minutes. So you can
It's
see
gonna
the
be done
10.
in 10 minutes?
Well, yes, when it comes to pressure. So
After
Oh.
then
pressure.
you hit start. So the next thing I'm going to tell you is while it's coming to pressure, it's going to go around like this. Once there's a time on there, it will start counting down. So it'll go 10, 9, 8. And then if you went away and you're doing your laundry in the basement, you come back and it's ended, it beeps when it ends, but it starts counting up. So if you come back and you weren't watching it, it'll be counting up. It'll keep stuff warm in there until you're ready.
Oh, so you can't screw it up, like if
No,
you get sidetracked and
can't.
forget you started.
Once it's done,
Don't be mad.
once it's done cooking, I'm not mad. Sorry, Bonnie, Jan just knocked it over. Once it's done cooking,
Didn't hurt her.
the steam slowly comes out. You don't see it, but it does.
Okay.
There are some recipes that say to let the steam naturally release. Cheesecake is one of those.
And you'll know, so because after this happens, once it comes to pressure, it starts counting down that cooking time, right, Carol?
Yeah, it's gonna start
So
counting
it'll
down.
be
Yep,
count
and then
down
it'll
from the
count
10 that she set it at. Once it comes to pressure, then it'll
Right.
start counting down. And then when it's done cooking, it'll start counting up.
it'll
So
start
you'll
going.
know how long it's been naturally releasing.
Yeah.
And the other thing
Down.
is, it's gonna give you an indicator. An indicator, I don't know why I just said that funny. When
It's okay.
steam starts coming out
Right,
of here, then it's almost coming to pressure. And that red button is just a little button, it pops up because of the pressure.
Right.
How long does it generally take to come to
It
pressure?
just
depends
depends
on
on
what
what-
you have in it, how much you have in
But
it,
give me an
and the
idea.
condition. When I put in cold ribs, it took 20 minutes to come to pressure.
Oh.
If
And
you
then
put
how-
in something freezing, it's probably gonna take longer, right, Carol?
I think so, but I haven't done a lot of frozen stuff.
But I think this is gonna not take as long.
Okay, so could somebody kind of watch it and tell me when it gets to pressure? Because we're gonna do something else while we're gonna do a second recipe. So, this is the artisan bread. So have any of you done the artisan bread in the deep covered baker?
All the time.
Okay. And there is another step to this recipe. We're going to use spiralized zucchini in it. But I'm going to quick show the bread first. All right. So those of you. So usually what I'll do is I'll ask if anybody has stoneware. This is our deep covered baker. Many of us call this the magic pot. Stoneware is unique to Pampered Chef. It's made in the USA. It's a hard baked clay and it starts out looking light like this. And the more you use it, the darker it becomes and the more
Brand new.
non-stick. So the very first time you use it, you want to use something high in oil content. And I'm going to give you a recipe that you can do any day. So first of all, we already baked one. So those of you in the home audience will not be able to taste this, but this is our artisan bread that I baked. So when I do this at a show, I mix up the bread, I bring it ready in the deep covered baker to go in the oven so that you can pull it out at some point. So like if you guys were at a show, we would cut the bread at this point, and you could still cut the bread at this point, and people could start sampling it while you're finishing up, so they're not like, oh, it's done.
Let's cut the bread at this point.
Okay. This is a cutting board. And I did bring
Did you bring a bread knife?
I brought my bread knife. This is a Pampered Chef bread knife. Typically at a show, what I'll do is I will cut the bread loaf in half. And then I'll show them the inside.
You ever get your pockets in yours?
Only if you need it.
No, I don't need my, I never need my bread.
I don't. Not if I just so you're just gonna slice it. Oh, good. So the longer, and if you have a lot of people, then what I do is I'll cut all these pieces in half.
It's still warm?
It's still warm.
When did you cook that? At home?
Recycle.
Oh.
Here, I don't do
My
that.
recycle.
Oh, duh, that's right.
Recycle bin.
So I'll leave this part
Yeah,
not
save it up
cut
for a
because
couple
you
days.
can
Okay,
you gotta keep it in there. Help yourself. All right, so does anybody here want to know how easy it is to make this bread?
Yes.
You can help
We're
yourself.
waiting for the butter.
You're waiting for the butter. Okay, so I used to actually demonstrate how to mix it up, but now what I do is I just talk about it. So I will say, you need a bowl that has a cover. So it could either be our Pampered Chef batter bowl, which is what I usually use, or if you have an old ice cream container, with a cover, something with a cover. And what I do to make this bread is I put 3 cups of flour in the bowl, and then I add a teaspoon and a half of yeast and a teaspoon of salt. Those are the 3 main ingredients. If you want to add seasoning at that point, you can while it's still dry. After that, you add a cup and a half, and I use the Easy measuring cup, I show it, because you can see the measuring here. Cup and a half of cold tap water, and I also dump a little dollop of olive oil in there to give it a little bit of flexibility. And I usually use bread flour. You can use regular flour, bread flour rises higher. And then the hardest work that you're gonna do to make this bread is stirring the liquid into the flour. So you stir it in, And it might take you 5 minutes. And when it's all incorporated, you put the cover on and you let it sit on your countertop for 12 to 24 hours. It is a very forgiving bread. So if you go longer than 12 to 24 hours, like you don't, the next day you get to go out to eat or something, you can do it the next day. I've let it sit on my counter as long as a week.
Oh my God.
But then it gets a little sourdoughy. It gets a little bit of a tang to it, and you have to add some flour to it. So when it's time, but let's talk about the 12 to 24 hours. After 12 to 24 hours, this is what it looks like. So I will always make 2 of these, and I will show people what it looks like. If they can see what it looks like, then they know they're not doing something wrong. This is the deep cover baker, and this is what it looks like. It's got lots of bubbles. I hope you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can talk about the flour sugar. Well, now they call it the powdered sugar shaker. I don't know why they call it that. So we used to call it the powdered flour sugar shaker. You're going to sprinkle a little flour on your, I do it on a mat or right on my cutting mat or right on my countertop. And I'm going to rinse this off so I can. And by the way, the work that it took to stir this up was the hardest work we're going to do. So now you're going to just take all this flour out and put it right on your flour, or all this gooey stuff. It's very gooey and sticky. And you're going to put it right on your mat on the flour that you sprinkled. And obviously, if you don't have a flour sugar shaker, you can just sprinkle flour on there, but I don't see that. So next thing you're going to do is sprinkle a little flour on top of it just to cover the
Now,
whole
is
thing.
that the bread flour again?
It's still good. It wouldn't matter though.
Oh, okay, that's what I was just wondering. Okay.
But good question.
If you use regular flour, you can mix the 2 flours, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. So the only thing you do now, and I don't know if you can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
You lift the bread from the sides and bring it over to the center. Well, that's all I do is take the side, and it's sticky, and you get a little on your fingers.
Just put flour on your finger.
Yeah, I could do that. Sometimes it's stickier than other sides. Today it really is sticky. And then you just bring it to the center and kind of fold it over and then roll it until it's shaped like a loaf. If you're doing it in the deep covered baker, you're going to make it oblong. We also have a round covered baker. You would use a half recipe and make it a little circle. So at this point, you put it in your deep covered baker. I do at shows, but you just put it in here. Now, if you were going to do this for the first time, you could either use parchment paper or oil this. You know, a little spray oil in. Then I cover it and put it, set it aside for an hour to rise. Now, sometimes at shows I'll bake the second one and we don't wait a whole hour. But I do at home. I let it rise for an hour before I even leave for the show. Then, when an hour is up, you turn on your oven to 425 and bake it for a half hour covered. And when the timer rings, you uncover it and you bake it at 15 minutes uncovered. Now at a show, I will put it in like either a half hour before the show starts or 15 minutes before, so that it comes out sometime when the people are there. And then they always go, oh, always, when they see that bread. So you can show this, you can show the mat.
So how many times would I have to spray it or do the paper until it seasons on the inside?
It doesn't take long to season. You could even just brush some oil on it. But it's always good to tell people when they buy stoneware that they might want it. So like if you buy the bar pan, I always tell people to be baking on it the first time because that season it one time. So we're going to set this over here. And if we're still here, we can bake this later.
That one's still on.
So, and our thing is not at pressure yet. So it just depends on how much you have. So is anybody tracking how long it's taking?
No, I didn't pay attention to
Okay.
the time.
Go for it.
Well, we'll be able to look at our recording and know how long it took.
That's true.
So there's another part to this recipe. So the other part to this recipe, again, try to use as many tools as you can. We are now going to use the spiralizer. So there's a lot of people that really are excited to use to make noodles out of vegetables.
Mhm.
So I always say we have 3 products that do that. We have a little julienne peeler, which costs $10.50. Well, I think it's
We have
11.
one, can I have one?
No, it's okay. You could bring it if you wanted, but you can do that. That's like
Is
the,
this the new one or the old one?
this is the old one. And I usually say that at shows. So the other tool we have is the veggie strip maker, which just makes wide noodles. The little julienne peeler makes little skinny ones. It's just a handheld thing. And then this is what I call the Cadillac, and that is this spiralizer. Okay, so here's how you use it. It has basically 3 ways to cut. It has a blade that has, what do you call it? Spaghetti noodles and fettuccine. And it also has a blade in here that you can do ribbon pasta. It's already in there. So when you use this, and this is the older model, but you want to cut a piece of whatever you're going to do about 4 inches long. So we're going to just cut this in half. If you have a zucchini that hit this in here, you put the skinny end on the little prong that's in the middle and push down. And then it's ready to go. We are doing this in ribbon, but obviously if you're at a show and you have some extra zucchini, you could show how the blade goes in and how it works. And if you guys want me to do that, I can. And then you just hold on to it, and it's got flour all over it, and you turn. You guys can see the noodles coming out. In the newer model that they just came out with, they come right out in front of you, not on the side. So I just tell people I didn't buy the new one. So we have ribbons of zucchini coming out. Can you see that?
Yep. Plus they changed the handle a little bit, and what else?
The
is
handle's a little
different? Is
different.
that
Go
all-
ahead.
Is that all that's different?
Yeah, I think pretty much all. And just push down on it a little when you go. Yep. You're cutting the ribbons. And then you want to snip them with the shears. So you'll sell the shears. Anybody else want to try it? You want to try it, Jan? You never used yours?
No, we used
We used it at your place, yeah.
your place one.
Oh,
I had that and I haven't used it either, Jan.
Yeah.
I mean, I want
I
to.
got it because I went,
I
it
can't find
was
mine.
on sample again when they came out with the new.
so for this, I want to show you. Okay, so when you get down to the bottom, there's always a little piece left. You can't do it all. And I just tell people you can save that for soup or throw it away or eat it. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to put the blades on. Oh, not to pressure yet, but we got some steam coming
Yeah,
out.
it's
so that
almost-
means it's almost
That's
to
what I
pressure.
was talking about, Renee. You
Yeah,
see that
steam
steam?
coming out, yep.
I don't know if you can see that, but oh, you can't probably. There's a little bit of steam coming out of the pressure cooker. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. That just means it's almost to pressure. Now, the other thing that I will do is I will show how to put the blade in. This little thing that comes with it actually helps you fit the blade in. We'll do fettuccine. I can't. You stick the blade in a little slot, and this will keep it so it's not like uneven, and you tighten it. And then you lift this off, and it's ready to go. So it's in there.
You didn't have one in before?
No, I had the ribbon blade.
So you never take the other one stays there.
It's there all the time. So
And this
now,
one you either use or you don't.
who would like to
Gotcha.
try it now? Okay, did you try it? She
Yeah,
did.
I'm good. Yep.
She did. Okay.
So I didn't know I had to work on that.
No, it's
I know you didn't know that, did you?
good. No.
And it's gonna come out on the side.
Is it coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
the
there,
noodles are
okay.
coming out. It's not, it's
Why
kind
is
of
it
off,
doing
it's
that?
off center a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna turn it so,
Isn't it supposed to come out in one long strip?
sometimes it does, it depends on the size of you got some that are. It's just where the zucchini is, I didn't put it quite centered.
Okay.
But it's okay, because we're gonna throw it all in the soup.
One in the
So-
soup?
Yeah.
Oh,
So there's
one.
a long
Oh,
noodle.
look at you
There's a
go.
long one. Woohoo!
See that?
Yeah.
always
Where it
nice.
stops, okay.
I was showing this at a show and someone said, yeah, I really like stuff like zucchini. I just want something I cook really fast. Well, I'll tell you what. You cut up a bunch of zucchini like this and maybe some carrots. And maybe even, you can do a pepper or an apple or whatever, but I put peppers, zucchini, and carrot in a saute pan. You can saute
And
in
it'll
5
cook really
minutes.
fast, yeah.
Throw a
because
few
it's-
herbs on it. Show them that it's quick and easy. You don't have to use very much oil, if any. And we're gonna just snip away with this. So
Are
we
you
have
pushing
some-
that in the soup?
We are. No, we're gonna put it in the soup.
Right, done.
You could put it in bread, it would be zucchini bread, but no, I'm not doing it. So that, and this whole thing goes in the dishwasher if you want it to. And it does all come apart, so I think it's a little easier to put together. We have a little arrow to show you where to go. So that is the spiralizer. So I've showed two things, and wow, still not at pressure. Okay, so that's amazing.
It's almost there though.
Okay, but I have other things to do. This isn't like a regular show. This is like,
It is to pressure. The red button's up, sweetie.
okay.
But yeah, then it takes a little while before the number comes up.
So let's show all our home viewers, who is just Bunny at this point. There's a little red button right here. Bunny, do you have this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that and the
So that-
accessory.
And I will tell all my customers this, when the button is up, you do not want to do like your sister and hit it and open it because it's under
do that
pressure.
at any point.
No, you don't want to, but it's under pressure. So once the timer goes on, it will start counting down, and it's not on yet. You can still see it going around and around.
Sometimes it can take 5 minutes. Yeah. The first couple times I cooked with it, I took notes
Different things. That's good. I like that.
because
It's a
I
good way
wanted
to
to
do it.
see.
So there's also chicken broth. So this recipe is unique to like regular soup, and you gotta, if you're gonna talk about soup, even if it's 10 minutes. Normally, if you make soup at home with chicken, you've got to simmer it for a long time to get flavor. So what you're doing is you're cooking all the ingredients in the soup, and at the end you add the chicken broth. And then because this recipe has you put the zucchini in, you heat it on sear again for a few minutes. So you can decide what you want to do at a party. If you want to serve it right then without the zucchini, you got to put the chicken broth in to heat it up first for a couple minutes. But oh, and you also are going to use the chicken choppers to chop up the chicken. And if you show these at a show, people will buy them. You will. So we don't need this.
I make them try them.
I gotta say, I'm overwhelmed. That's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be.
Really? You
Yeah.
think so? Oh, girl.
Maybe it's because we're trying to do it in a show mode.
I'm dragging it out today too.
Okay.
You got to try it.
Yeah,
The
you
very-
try it at home,
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, yeah.
With no pressure,
Right.
you know.
You still have the pressure of a show.
Okay, so this is, I would suggest, if you've never used it at the show, the recipe you want to use is right here on page 2. It's called Simple Salsa Chicken.
Okay.
You put 2 chicken breasts in here and a cup of salsa, and you set it on the chicken setting.
Is it good?
It's really good. You chop them up with the chicken choppers right in the can afterwards, and it only takes like 15 minutes. It doesn't even take that long to get up to pressure because
You have to
tried
make
it.
sure people want.
I haven't tried.
That is a really, really simple recipe. I would advise you to try that for your first one.
Now, when you do the salsa chicken, do you make the salsa or do you just take
No,
the
you
salsa?
just.
I just use store-bought salsa, but hey,
And then how do you serve it? Is it served on a sandwich or?
you serve it on a tortilla or
Or
a
lettuce wrap.
So whatever. So if you have people that don't want
Bread.
bread, you serve it on a lettuce wrap.
So
So
those little street, called street tacos, things that would be perfect for vendors.
Okay.
We're next, so they're just little small ones.
all right. So now another thing that we do at our Pampered Chef meetings, which I'm already getting it all dirty, is I have this. We actually have, while we're waiting for this to cook, it is to 10 now. Check it out. I did it at a vendor show. There it goes again. No, I didn't think. So it's on 10 minutes now. Can you see that? Okay. So, Jan, I'm going to put you in charge of watching it. And we're going to be here.
It will beep.
It does
when
beep
it's
at
done.
the end.
When it's done counting down, it'll beep and then it'll start counting up. Now, are we slow releasing for 10 minutes?
No, we'll quick release it. And if you have your host get chicken broth in a can, you can have them open it. But we're going to just dump this in as soon as it's done. But in the meantime, I'd like to talk a little bit about our team. So every month we have a team meeting, and I always like to recognize people for what they do, because that's one thing Pampered Chef really does. It recognizes you for everything you do. And I'm going to start with our team sales I know I can't even see you. I'm going to kind of, I won't make Jan be the only one in there. There you go.
I know.
All right. So last month, our team, and we have 20 people on our team. Not everyone is doing anything right now. Some of the new consultants aren't doing anything, but
Really?
no. But anyway, they're gonna come along eventually. We last year in October, we had 11,018 and $18 in sales as a team, which is a lot.
People are part of that.
Last year it was 7 active people who had 11,018 and we had 19 shows. And it is a team effort. I mean, this is how much we raised. This year, this was the highest we've ever had as a team. We have a lot more people on our team. We did 12,426 as a team, and everyone that's in this room, well, except you, contributed to that. We had 21 shows and 12 people that were active last month, and that includes me. So I'd like to recognize the people, everyone in this room. Thank you for your sales. And I know there's people that actually are not on this Zoom call right now, but they'll know. I'm going to talk about them too. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about the sales every person had in the month. I'm the director, and I'm kind of expected to have more sales than anyone else. So my sales were 4866. That's 4,866. But I don't count myself in the number. Our number one salesperson in the month of October was Leah Lucas, and Leah had 17,022.65. One of her shows.
Oh my!
17,000?
I mean 1,700.
Oh,
sorry.
Thank you for clarifying. I was believing you.
Okay.
Call me a sucker.
No, but Leah had one of her big shows was a fundraiser. It was over 1,500. Just
Nice.
a fundraiser, and a fundraiser show, you actually donate part of your. I mean, Pampered Chef donates money to your cause. So it was a catalog show. But Leah had 1,700. Number 2 on our team was Angela Knapp. She had 1,615 cents. And number 3 on the team was Jackie Eddington. Jackie had 1,185.15. Awesome job.
11,000.
Okay, mock me. Go ahead. All right. So all those ladies were over $1,000, which is really, really amazing. They all earned. Well, I won't finish yet because we're still have one more person. Number 4 on the team was Meredith Marsman. Meredith joined.
Don't even know who that is.
No, she hasn't come yet, but she's brand new consultant. She signed up with the credit from the from conference, which her first show was.
Is she Jenny's person?
She's mine. She had $796, so she's only 400 away, a little less than 400 away from qualifying. So those 4 people that I just mentioned also earned new products that Pampered Chef is releasing. We will find out what they are on November 30th. 2 new products that we're going to introduce in January. So they will just come to your door sometime in December, which is really cool. That's a fun thing. But to go on, 5th on our team was Michelle DeLaGuardia. Michelle couldn't be here either today because she lives really far away now, but someday she'll come.
She doesn't live as far as Bunny.
No, she doesn't live as far as Bunny at all. Way far as
That
Bunny.
award.
Michelle had 551.15. 6th on the team was Bunny. Congratulations, Bunny. Bunny had 490.15 sales. And Bunny, was that a virtual?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Congratulations on your sales. Seventh on the team is Carla Fartman with 335.25. Eighth was Pat. Pat had 275.30.
That was my virtual show.
That was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My virtual.
That's a good virtual show then, because sometimes they don't do very
It
well.
was virtual, but I think it was more of a catalog. So it's
A virtual show should also be a catalog show.
Right.
Jan Salas was ninth on our team. Jan had 202.35 for every other month.
There you have it.
Tenth,
Right behind you.
10th was Renee.
I'm right behind you, girl.
You are right behind her, but you're ahead of her. You were 201.65 for the month. And Diane Prindle was 11th, and Diane had
But you're ahead of me.
$200.50. Leah, Bunny, and me were all green by 15. And when we say green by 15, that means you had sales in the first 15 days of the month. You get paid twice if you have sales in the second half. We get paid on the 7th and on the 21st. So if you have sales before the 15th, you'll get paid on the 21st with your commission. Let's see.
You should close that virtual show first.
You would have. Carla and Diane both promoted to senior consultant this month, and when you're a senior consultant, you have one other person that is on your team who's active, and you have to be active too. So they've been vacillating back and forth between consultant and senior consultant. You get a
It's
higher
because I do my
percentage.
job.
Does it make a difference?
It makes a difference. You get 2% higher. It's called an override. You get a little 2% add-on to what you make. So when you have someone
Active is a
active is 150.
You
But
want
a
the
party
200
is
with the
200.
200 is a party, but
Oh.
150 is active. So yeah. And now I'm going to tell, just because I really kind of love. Oh, we also have 4 people that are participating. Well, 3 I think. I'm not sure about Candace.
In boot camp?
We have this is done by Judy Siegel, who's my outline. She's an executive director, and all her directors are doing a boot camp from November 4th until December 23rd to help you with your.
I think it's a terrible name.
Yeah, well, that's what they're called. They're called boot
I
camp.
didn't even think about joining.
Well, that's because you used to be in the military. But anyway.
I already did. boot camp.
Our boot camp is about, you have certain tasks you have to do each week for 7 weeks. So, Bunny, Jackie, Candace, and Leah are participating. And by the way, those of you that are in it, you need to email me what you chose to do for this week. And then email me.
Email it to you,
Yes.
Carol? Okay.
Yeah. You can email it to Judy, but she's just going to email it to me. So just go ahead and
Right.
email it to me. So I just wanted to tell you. I will say that I have not talked to anyone because last Thursday, Friday, and my whole weekend was crazy with our bill. So there's no way I could have done it. So I'm telling you now. So there you go. Just let me know every week what you're going to try to do, and then let me know if you complete it.
Okay.
Now, I think it's cool for you as a new.
Okay, so it's
Oh, we got
done.
baby.
Oh, you're gonna eat, girls.
Count up.
Now it's gonna start counting up, but I'm gonna show you. You heard the beep. I'm gonna turn it for the home viewers. We're at 0. Now,
Oh, but you're not gonna do it.
no, we're not. I'm gonna have Renee come over here. Okay, so when it beeps, you got the little red button up. You have to release the steam.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is push down that, and it'll stay down, and just
There's a button there.
hold it. You gotta hit it, and then let it go.
Oh, yeah.
We're letting go of the steam. You see exactly the button.
What they want, like that.
You gotta do it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it is
yeah, yeah.
scary. You gotta do it.
But I
It's
didn't know it was
not
gonna
scary.
do that. I mean,
But
it's not
now you know
scary,
it's
but
not
yeah,
scary.
it's not scary. I just didn't know it was gonna do that.
And you can tell the people that your kill is gonna go away from you. It doesn't come in your face. Yeah. Just don't make sure no one's behind it. I wouldn't put it on your countertop and have it to the
I
counter.
was just gonna say that, yeah.
And I tell people that. I'm sure it's odd.
No, it's not. It's really
No,
not.
it's not. So,
Usually when you release the steam, it's really, can you see it? Yeah, it really smells good. What?
Oh, it will.
Now my hand is
When
not
you do
good.
the test run in your house.
Now, as you can see, it's starting to
Yeah,
count up
yeah.
already. So say you didn't release the steam, it's gonna start counting up. And it keeps the food warm until you turn it off. We are going to turn it off, but you do not open it until that little red button goes down.
Okay.
So it might take a few minutes.
Can I say something?
Say something.
So, my sister, when she got hers, we did the test run. And then later that day, I wasn't with her and she started cooking something. But you see this button, how it's not flush anymore? So as she's cooking, trying to get the pressure up, she realized steam was coming out and she videoed it and sent it to me. I said, I know exactly what that is. That button needs to be flush. So make it a habit when you're done, make that flush. Part of putting it away, you know.
You just hit it and it'll go off.
It'll go up.
And that is a really
Okay.
good thing to tell everyone that buys it, that they can contact you if they have a problem. Because
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
people, they're scared to death of pressure cookers.
And that's why they're buying it too. That's why Pampered Chef has questions. If you do an Instapot, who
Who
are
you
you gonna call?
Who are you gonna call?
Pampered Chef people that know what they're talking about.
Then you get an Instant Pot, you should have bought a quick cooker.
Well, I don't know if Karen Chef would tell you that, but. So it went down. So now go ahead and
What?
click it open, and I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh, okay. Push that
She's
down
just doing
again?
that. She's just
Oh,
doing
you're-
it so
I
you
just
she
wanted
can
to
show you.
make sure it was.
Now just turn it.
This?
Oh, and come over here and touch this. It's not, it's warm,
Right,
but
but
it's
it's not
not
hot.
hot. Come on over.
I think a crock pot gets hotter than this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, your Pampered Chef one does.
yeah.
Now, the one thing I will tell everyone, this is easy to grab, but when you take this out, there's gonna be water condensed in it.
Right.
So you don't wanna set it down on your countertop. I usually just put it up like this somewhere.
What were they talking about of how it's supposed to lean on here somewhere? You
They had it
they
on
said-
the back.
I
they said-
haven't,
And I tried to do it, I was like,
We gonna
what?
put this in?
So
Oh,
there's,
careful.
there's the meat. No, we need, do you have a bowl? Are you washing that?
I'm watching your last one. But
We need something, we need to take the chicken out.
Okay.
And we're gonna use the chicken choppers before you put the juice in. So I'm gonna kind of mix this in and get it all.
Can you smell it, Bunny?
No.
I'm shaking my head, I'm like, yeah, I can smell it. Then you added the bunny, I had a quick look.
I do have- So,
When they hook that on the back, Carol,
what was your question?
when they hook that on the back, the lid, wouldn't that void your warranty?
No, they said it's designed to do
I
that.
don't know that it is though.
Check out the Quick Cooker recipes group on
Oh,
Facebook.
and maybe you go,
They said there's a way, and they showed a picture of it, and it was
Huh.
like, I can't figure
you
it
know who
out.
would know that would be Angela, because she went and saw this demonstrated at conference. But
I'm sure Judy probably knows too.
Well, weren't they saying that at that meeting that we did, that they showed us all this stuff, and they were.
I don't know. I don't know if they did. But
I
anyway.
think they did say something about that, the
I
fire
would-
barn
maybe
meeting?
Judy is-
Or
The what?
is- well, she
fire
was-
barn
meeting?
she
when
was-
Judy
Saying
did the
something about
rice,
rice, yeah.
the lid, I think she said something about,
So I want
Cracking
to
the
show you
lid.
guys
Oh,
this
really?
chicken. This chicken was in there for 10 minutes. Look at it.
that's some thick chicken too.
So you can go ahead and pour all that in because I think that's 4
Yeah, that's
cups.
pretty amazing.
And the other thing that you want to do at this point is hit
Cancel.
cancel, because what we're going to do is we're going to now turn it back to sear, which is right over here. There, get it there. Right there. And after you pour all that in, I'm going to have you hit the start button, Renee.
With the lid off?
Yep, what we're doing right
Did
now.
the dog go with Diane?
What we're doing right now is we are reheating the chicken broth that you just added. Now, we're all gonna do this, but at a show, you got your chicken, show them the salad choppers. Here, we'll push this back a little bit. These have a lifetime guarantee because they're part of our cutlery line, so you only have to buy them once. They have 2 blades, they're not scissors. And you can chop chicken, pork, you can make salsa in a bowl, but you just grab onto it and it chops the chicken. If you take a bowl, have your chicken in it, pass it around, let everyone try it, you will sell several of them. So go ahead and try it. We'll see if you will buy some. Not
Use
a,
my chopper that I use, 'cause I don't have meat, but.
well, right. And that's really thick chicken, but you got the idea.
God.
Oh, you're gonna make her do it all?
Yeah,
Make me do it all.
Does anybody
absolutely.
have objection to having zucchini in here? Okay, Pampered Chef always has really colorful, oops. I just put, I put it down there. No, we don't want that in there.
Nice chicken
And actually, that's not the best bowl. I usually tell people that,
Yeah, you can scoop it.
Yeah, you
I
can
wash
scoop
my
it.
bowl.
Oh, you can scoop it like that too. Now, when I do chicken for my dog, I will cut it up that way.
You can also use that. You can also, yeah, so you can, actually, when you get this, and I usually tell people, it tells you to use it like this. Maybe for you it'd be
I
easier.
did switch it and it felt
See, I like
awkward.
mine.
Yeah, I like doing it this way, because I think
Yeah.
you have
Cause I could
more,
even scoop that way with it too.
Right.
you
You
can.
get more
A better
leverage.
angle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get more leverage.
So can you see, we're chopping up the chicken.
Yeah.
And for the chicken salsa wraps that I was talking about, you chop the chicken right in the pan, so you've got everything in there.
Right in that pan.
Yep. So, there is a seal on it that you really, you might have to actually wash that every once in a while. Oops.
Yeah, it comes off. If you do cabbage rolls or make
It
something,
smells like that.
you have to really wash it because it takes on.
You
that
can put it in the
smell.
What are you
dishwasher.
talking about, this
The
thing?
silicone
Let me
seal.
tell you, just like any other silicone I have, no matter what I do to it, I can smell it when
Yeah,
I put
I
my nose
agree.
to it, but who freaking cares? It doesn't,
It doesn't go into
Transfer.
your
it doesn't
doesn't
put the
transfer.
smell on the
Right.
next thing you're gonna cook,
Right.
you know?
Right. You just smell it when the steam comes out.
Cause even my silicone measuring cups, they always smell like
Yeah.
some kind of spice, and it's like, whatever, I'm still using it for this, you know?
So what the recipe calls for is now you let it count down for 10 minutes. At my last show, I didn't wait 10
I was
minutes.
gonna say, that would be forever.
Yeah, it just, so if you
Why
have
does it want
really,
you to do that?
so you can cook, so you can cook the zucchini.
Oh.
But if no one cares,
Yeah.
Are you putting the chicken back in it?
yeah, we'll put it back in when it gets down a little bit. Well, actually, just put it back in now.
I'd put it back in, put the zucchini and let it cook all together.
Yeah,
That's what I'd do.
so I did it.
But I don't usually follow directions too well in recipes.
That's okay. And I tell people, you know what? It doesn't matter. But this is a really, really good soup, and it's really full of chicken. That's just 2 chicken breasts. So at this point, you could put. You've got sour cream. I'm sorry, I'm messing up.
It's got cilantro, but she hasn't cleaned it yet.
Well, then maybe we'll just.
You can start that.
Back down this way.
Yep, Noah, all the way down.
Okay.
I have sour cream, I have, what else did you want, tortilla chips?
Yeah, it really is good if you put a little tortilla chips in it. The other thing I brought is this is Pampered Chef's new ladle. And I just started bringing it to parties, and every time I bring it, someone buys it because they love it. It's beautiful. So if you have it, you can serve the soup with it. So think again about what you can use, what you can take out of your kit. Even if you don't have what's in our recipes usually tell you just exactly what to use, but sometimes I do the recipe at home before because I find out that there's things that Pampered Chef doesn't tell you that you might need. And if you don't do it at home first, sometimes you're things you could have shown that you're like, oh darn, I could have done that.
I found that Facebook post.
Okay.
Well, propping the lid up, but it doesn't,
Huh.
the lid props up perfectly. And I guess, comment,
Go ahead, sit there, Dennis.
cleaned it, but
It's on.
I wonder how they do that. So that's the steam side. So,
this side,
yeah, it's that side. Where would you pop that?
Is it hooking under the lip? Like you have to turn that? to
Yeah,
enter?
it's kind of on an angle. Doesn't it look like it's on an angle?
Does the inner one turn?
It's not right in the
No.
back. Look, it's off. There's the front. It's off to the side.
so it'd
Maybe
be
this
over
side. How about right
there.
here? No, it's in the back. Right there.
I'm not gonna let go of it. I'm scared. I don't want to, I don't wanna
No,
bust
I
it.
don't. It doesn't look easy to me.
I think it's more of a pain because you bump
And
it.
plus,
that's a
why
drop
would,
in there, right?
why would you wanna do
Well,
it?
it
Because,
shows it,
because water would still be dripping down. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
dripping in here.
it shows it right here. It shows it right here.
Oh, there you go. We did
Okay,
it.
here? But see, I wouldn't wanna do it because it doesn't solve
I
the
would
water
bump it.
dripping problem.
I would bump it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I
Yeah.
would.
Full size for your.
Oh, good question. Okay, so we're gonna.
See, I was curious just to see if it was gonna be steady.
Okay, we have a potential new consultant here, and she just asked a question. So
secure at all.
the question was, who buys the food for the party? Who wants to answer that question?
The host does, unless you make some sort of, you know, enticing deal with them. But generally speaking, the host does.
Okay, so you give them a shopping list or the
Yeah.
recipe itself?
I usually give them a recipe or I tell them.
Detailed
And I usually talk to them
Yeah, you're telling you on a brick and cheese, not pre-shredded.
Okay.
so that you can show the shredder.
Yeah.
There are so many times, it takes a little time. Our recipes, there are actually recipes for new consultants with the shopping list for the host. But I always go over the shopping list with them. Like I'll say to them, do you normally buy garlic? And they'll go, no, I buy it in a jar. So then I say, okay, I'll bring garlic then.
Right.
Because I want to show the garlic press. And if you get to their house and you're going to show the garlic press, and they have garlic in a jar,
Yeah.
Right.
And she's right. If you don't say a brick of cheese specifically, they will get shredded cheese. You can't show the cheese grater. So I always try to show. And if you don't say cans of chicken broth, they're gonna get the chicken broth for the box.
How much does it typically cost to prepare a meal for your show?
Pretty good.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, you got her.
I usually do the.
It's a new consultant recipe, not.
Yeah.
You
I
can,
mean, it's some chicken.
chicken sour cream.
Are you when you talk about all the fajitas?
Chicken nacho bread.
Oh.
Very simple. Red pepper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And you.
generally, I'll have my host buy the main stuff, and then if I'm doing like a side recipe, I'll bring that. Like if I do the bread, obviously.
Yeah.
we do that. And if I'm bringing to show how to do the bread too, I'm bringing that. I don't shouldn't buy, like,
A lot of times too, if they have a lot of people, then I'll do a dessert.
Okay, so, yeah, did you hear what Pat said? She said if they have a lot of people, she'll bring a dessert. I usually say if you have 10 confirmed adult guests, because kids don't count, then I will bring a dessert. So, yeah, I mean, I think you guys could
Play-Doh
go.
gonna get hot?
No. Sure. I think the soup is ready. Would you guys like to try it?
Sour cream's on
Um,
do you want to clean cilantro?
I do have to get going.
Oh, okay.
You gotta try the soup.
Yeah,
You gotta try the soup.
Try
Later on
it.
this time, you gotta
Just a
try it.
little. Do you want to meet with me sometime this week? Okay. What works for you? I can come to you. Whatever. I'm gonna give you. Would you like to try a little bit of the soup anyway? Maybe. Yes, please.
We can look at Thursday evening.
Thursday evening won't work, that shows up on Thursday or and Friday night.
You want to text about it?
Yeah, let's,
Okay.
yeah. Let's do that.
Let's text about it. Okay, we can do that. We'll make
Are we trying
That's
this?
okay, so are you still liking?
Or just the new girl?
I really am.
Oh, good.
You want me to serve people?
That's
I'm gonna tell you, my favorite recipe.
You want
is
some,
really
Bunny?
shelly, because it's so soft. But I love those and chicken fajitas and covered bacon.
You're the boss, it's your house.
The thing that I have that I don't ever use.
How come only new girl has some? Do you want some?
I want some.
I'm
kidding.
Hey, Carol,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave now, okay?
Okay, so I appreciate you being on. And
Yeah,
everybody
thank
else,
you.
I'll be in touch with you
I don't
about,
think a paper's a good idea for
about the
us
boot
to-
camp.
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay, so, but
I'm gonna go and eat, and I'll do the
Did
damn
you-
thing, the email,
do you have any questions or anything?
okay?
I mean, I can double
If you have any
them up.
questions,
What
you
would
can just
prefer?
ask me or text me or whatever, okay?
All right, thank you, Carol.
Thanks, Bunny. See you later.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, and I am
We
going
doubled
to,
Jackie's up.
I'm gonna stop this, so we're gonna end the meeting.
Here, Carol.
Thank you, everyone who came. Oh, okay.
I just want you to.
We'll see you, soon. Next month, our meeting is on December
Pat, you want some?
Yeah, just-
3rd at my house.
This is what I did cheesecake, and this is what the cheesecake looks like.
Oh, you wanna show our home audience before I stop
You
recording?
said
Did you stop? This is a chocolate chip cheesecake and a caramel. What's the matter? You didn't like the plastic?
How can
or the paper?
I never can do this. Okay,
Well, you got it.
these were done in the quick
Do you want
cooker.
that boiling?
I don't know.
Oh, we
And
can turn
this
it
was
off now.
server.
We'll just turn it off now. We're done.
Or you could put it
All
on
right,
keep
thank you,
warm, right?
everybody. Yeah, we could, but,
You want more liquid?
Don't know. Well, yeah, you know.
all right, I'm gonna end the meeting. Stop.